All right, I know y'all familiar with the Baphomet symbol, right? The goat head, female members at the top, male member at the bottom, one hand pointing up, one hand pointing down, as above, so below, goat mask, etc. Now, I told you before there's two sides to the occult. Even in the occult, there's a left and a right hand. All you hear subsequently is the left hand of Baphomet, which is all of those alleged practices that you hear, people getting in the industry and just getting caught up and all kind of other stuff. You already know what it is with that. So let me give you the right hand meaning of the Baphomet. I'll give you that, because remember, the right hand side of the occult has nothing to do with harming anyone. It's an exact operation of the Most High, using the very same symbols, but instead of harming people with it, to help people with it. And you asking, how you gonna help somebody with a Baphomet symbol? Easy. You have to just understand the symbol. You're not here to worship a symbol, and you know what I mean? No. I'm not on the left side of the occult. I'm on the right side of the occult. I'm a mystic, not a cult leader. All right, so here it is. The goat mask. You already know. One acronym is greatest of all time. So you already starting off all the way at the top. You got the idea of the best, and you also got an idea of stubbornness. When you know what you put here to do, you do it. You know, you ain't gonna let anybody move you off your square. I'll even use their language. So after that, now you get to the female members, and you have the acknowledgement of really the female coming into the picture first. In many mythologies and cosmologies go back to the female deity having come first, and essentially when men are leading and protecting their families, they're pretty much uplifting their woman. You know, the man's gonna serve like foundation. You see that? You see how we just fixed a whole lot of that symbol? You got the male members at the bottom. So it's not that the man is lower than the woman. It's just that, like the apostles and the prophets, the man provides the foundation. So the male parts are at the bottom, the female parts are at the top. You're showing the woman the elegance. Usually in a lot of power couples, it'll be the woman who's a great host. The guy he's the business owner. He's building the business. He's doing the transactions. He's bringing in the bacon. This is traditionally how it went. And so the woman was kind of like a showpiece, but also the diplomacy, the diplomatic half of the power couple. If the wives have lunch together, the men ain't gonna beef. The men ain't gonna beef with each other if the wives is out shopping together. Baphomet. And as above, so below, that's saying the same thing on both sides. It's just that one side wants to the left side of the occult. They try to do what they do with it. Like, okay, we're gonna make that say above, below, like as in hell, everywhere else, and all that kind of thing. That's the connotation that's put out there, associated with the alleged practices of what goes on amongst those who serve the Baphomet. But I'm not talking about serving anything. I'm talking about these things serving you. And so what does a true operation and mastering of the Baphomet look like? Here's what it looks like. You could be the same kind of person you are around men, around women, to the point where sexism doesn't matter. If you're a man and you're speaking to a female and she feels comfortable with you, she gives you the respect that a man deserves, and she feels as safe and comfortable and as relatable as if it was her female bestie. If you have both of those parts, you mastered the Baphomet. Coming from a man's perspective, if you're a man and you know how to be gentle and nurturing when the time calls for it, and you know how to comfort your woman just like her mother comforted her, you've mastered the Baphomet. What women, if you're a woman and you know how to be strong and you know how to be a foundation for your home, you're a single parent mom and you know how to be provide foundation for your family as a man would if he were in the picture, you've mastered the Baphomet. What as above, so below means the same thing on the left and the right side of the occult, that is, and on the left and right hand side of the right side, because even Christ says, let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This is just telling you, no, from mind to heart, from mind to heart, from heaven to earth, from heaven to earth, as above, so below. What you think, because right, the brain is up here above, as above, so below, out into the world. Well, even before you project that out into the world, down into the heart, below, down into the heart. Don't just think about where you want to be, feel about where you want to be. Don't just think into your future. Don't just think of yourself as having already received it, but as above, so below. Feel as if you've received what you want. This is the only way you're truly taught how to pray, if you're basing it on the scriptures, and that is very occult. And that came out of the mouth of Jesus. He says, no, to anyone who believes receives. If you go into it believing that you have received it, then ye shall have it. That's in there. And that's in Orthodox Christianity. So there's these interweaving lines of magic that thread through everything. They're saying it in all kind of ways. What you think about, you bring about. There's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Where energy goes, attention flows, and on and on and on. Is really saying the same thing in different schools of thought and different cosmological lingo and jargon. But essentially, it's still the same message. That's the Baphomet in a nutshell. When you take out all of the harm, all of the rituals, everything that people got to go through, I don't endorse any of that. I don't believe anybody has to go through any of that for power. Power is the definition of God. And one of power's main traits is having wisdom. Not just knowledge, but wisdom. Wisdom is the correct application of knowledge. To have knowledge is just to have information. But to use knowledge effectively, that is wisdom. And this is how you conquer the Baphomet. So on the right-hand side of the occult path, as a true illuminist, as a true chief light bearer on this planet, walking in the true authentic spirit of Christ, on a true assignment from the Most High, I'm taking the symbols back. Every last one of them, I'm taking them back and I'm redefining them. I'm not here to take anything down. I just seen what you saw. There's tons of those folks being rounded up for harming individuals. There are tons of them being excommunicated and exiled for harming and taking advantage of individuals. We got to strip the harm and predatory nature of these philosophies away from what it is, so we can truly define it for what it is. All the Baphomet was meant to mean is you don't put one sex above the other. As men, you adorn your women, you beautify them, you want to keep them comfortable. They're the mothers of your children. You don't want them to be stressed. You're going to lift her up if she's feeling down, right? Female members at the top. So the man's going to be the foundation. And cuddling, the man ain't going to sit on the woman's lap. So just don't get caught up in how people have perverted these things, because the Most High still has the pure definition of everything right in front of your face, but you have to look beyond the TV screen to see.